Yes, people, myself, TS, welcome back to another NoFilterTS. And in this one, just talking about Tyson Fury. He retains the WBC Ring Magazine and, lineal championship following his knockout of Dillian Whyte. And, I have to say I was a bit disappointed in Dillian Whyte. I see a lot of people talking about it online, and I think a lot of us expected more from him. Don't get me wrong, Fury is such a great fighter that he can basically diffuse your attack and stuff, and make it hard for you to want to do the stuff you feel you're capable of doing to get a victory against him. But obviously these guys sparred many years ago, but over the years there's been comments flying back and forth, and Dillian's been saying, yeah, I definitely put him on his arse and sparring. And, we hear these stories that, sparring is just sparring. And I fully understand that. But literally, man waited over 1,000 days for title shot to go in the ring and do that. It's like, huh? The only thing in the fight that it didn't even pull off well, but it just looked confusing, is when he started the fight as a southpaw. I was like, oh, what's this about? Obviously we saw Fury doing a southpaw stance in an open workout, and many people thought, you might do it. Obviously he did do it, I believe, in round 2, where it's like man started as a southpaw with there was no effect that came from it. And yeah, man, literally I think I'd have to say Fury won every round. Anyone that thinks any differently, I don't know, shouts out to you. But yeah, man, as soon as the uppercut hit Dillian, I knew it was over. And he got up, he tried to get up, and the referee's there, put your dukes up. And yeah, man, Fury gave him the Nitol, the sleeping tablets, and that was it. And I think for many people, we got, looking at Dillian Whyte's situation, he was definitely the underdog in the fight. He was someone that I did want to win because of, his story, the dirty side of the boxing business and how he's kind of been messed around. And, looking on this now, he must now be regretting not taking that fight with AJ back in 2019, before obviously AJ was scheduled to fight Miller, before he was drugged up, and then obviously he eventually lost to Ruiz. But you think about that was it. Dillian beat Chisora in the rematch, and the whole talk in the build up was like, whoever wins this, is looking at AJ, Wembley, 2019. Obviously never happened. All this talk about percentages on the rematch, and yeah, you know what, the percentage in the rematch might not have been great, but it probably would have worked out to maybe more than the 20% that he got from this fight. But at the end of the day, that was a man with 4 belts. There was WBA, WBO, IBF, IBO. As much as no one really counts the IBO, end of the day, it's 4 belts that man's carrying at the end of the day. And it's a man you beat in the amateurs. You cracked him with one in your rematch in the professionals, and you probably would have had more of a chance of beating AJ in the rematch then he clearly showed against Fury on Saturday night. And the real question now is, where does he go from here? He's fought Fury, lost. No one would want to see that fight again. It's going to take a while to try build up anything, to try build himself back up for a fight in the WBC. Obviously, Fury said he's retiring. We'll have to wait and see on that. But Usyk and AJ are meant to fight in July. Hopefully, once that's done, we'll see. Who knows? Fury might want to, then fight for undisputed and then call it a day. Obviously, if Usyk wins that, I think Fury definitely want to, unify with him. You'd find it probably a much easier fight than an AJ, and probably easier than he found Dillian Whyte. But so yeah, Fury's out the picture for Dillian, AJ and Usyk out the picture for Dillian. Parker's fighting Joyce. Ruiz is fighting soon. Ortiz is fighting. You know, a man like Hergovich, I think he's in quite high up in the IBF. You know, because I know there was all the issues of trying to find an opponent for him for the final eliminator. So there's a lot of highly ranked opponents that are, you know, he's not going to be able to fight now. And, you know, it's not like Frank's going to say, yeah. Like, it seems like his relationship with Frank Roman was terrible. Like, even when he did the presser and that, he couldn't shake a man's hand and whatnot. You know, it's not like Frank's going to say, yeah, you know, oh, you fight Dubois. For what? But I doubt, you know, ESPN's going to say, yeah, you versus Jared Anderson. So it's a bit concerning as to who he fights next. But one thing I know, I don't want to see a Chisora rematch. And truth be told, potentially if he gets him with Chisora again now, Chisora could do him. You know, obviously he did get sparked out a bit by Joseph Parker. But, you know, I think people would more see it as a 50-50, if anything, more leaning towards Chisora, just, you know, following recent fights. And yeah, I laughed about it when I said it to my relatives I was speaking to about it, but I said, like, unless man goes on some super crash diet, you know them ones people see on YouTube, you know, lose 30 kg in, you know, 30 days. Like, unless man has to do the mad thing and, you know, drain himself down to 90 kg, if it's even possible, and fight at cruiserweight, that's the only way anytime soon he's going to be in with another title charge. So, you know, I don't know what's next for him. You know, I'll be grateful to hear you lot's thoughts in the comment section below, what you think's next for Dillian. And yeah, man, if you haven't already done so, hit the subscribe button now, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.